Hello and welcome back to another episode of Rod's Tabletop Hoops. Today we're going to look at a good old game called Jim Mickey's Fast Break, and the topic of conversation is restarting an old replay. Well, thanks to Mike's PurpleWolf spreadsheet, basketball spreadsheet, I was able to take some 1975 score sheets that I had created and played some games when I was basically a teenager. I'm going to be 60 this season. And I was able to enter every one of these score sheets into the PurpleWolf Excel program, and I was able to get 29 of the 30 games entered. And unfortunately, Initially, I could not find games 1 and 2 out of 30 games played. And I actually have some of my own manual stats here. I kept these stats, and I got through 21 games, and I actually did all of the stats. So if I really wanted to be a stickler, I could probably, retroactively create a score sheet by the one game I have not entered in this spreadsheet. But I'm not going to do that. I was able to actually track down, these are the stats, and the Warriors were, 12-9. And they won the championship. This is the 75 Warriors. And I'll show you the score sheet in a minute. But this is games 2 through 30 right here. You can see my old school writing, and they're kind of faded, and they've kind of, it was quite an effort to enter 29 score sheets into this thing here, but I eventually did it because I was motivated to have all 29. I had no total stats past game 21, and I just continually add these in here. Took a couple parts of a couple nights to do so. Well, I also found out this was done in the 80s, probably 1984 or something like that, 85 maybe, and I found from one of my 1990s score sheet, this score sheet I made myself during a part-time job. I had a little extra time during the summer. And I replayed game 1 because I don't even think in the 90s I could not find games 1 and 2. So I was able to throw game 1 in there, and this score sheet is obviously more nicely written, and it's in pen, ink, and the Warriors won at Los Angeles. This was the year the Lakers finished last for the first time and since moving to LA or something of that nature. But anyway, and Rick Barry had a wonderful day with 38 points. But the problem is I never found game 2. So what I will be doing is I will be going back to I'll be entering all the data for game 2, which was against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Warriors were the home team. In real life, the Warriors won the game 113-110. And in that game, Austin Carr, the star, probably their best shooting guard per se, pure shooting guard, but who suffered a lot of injuries, played only 41 games, actually did play in this game in real life. But because of the way I've structured my league, rolling for a pregame injury for each player before the game that required one, there's a Triggerman summary that I can show you. If there's a little asterisk, you got to roll the dice and see if they fall into the range for missing the complete game due to injury. Austin was the only guy on the Cavaliers that qualified to be injured for this game, so he's not going to play. Because I figure if I'm going to play this game, replay the rest of this season, I didn't use as-played lineups back in 1985, and I might as well just stay consistent with that, is what I'm figuring, because by the end of the year, the players they will play roughly the amount of games they should play. There's going to be some errors, but it's not going to be perfect. But either way, I've been playing this Warriors season, and I haven't played this season in 30 years, but I logged it all in. It was kind of like going down memory lane, trying to figure out how things were going, and I was going to show you some standings on the PurpleWolf score sheet, which just shows how the Warriors are doing through 29 games. They're 17-12. The other teams, obviously, I'm not playing all the other teams' games, so a lot of other teams are 2-0, 1-0, 1-1, that type of thing. Most teams I've played less than about 2 games, roughly. Some teams within the division I've played 3. But what I'm going to do here is, and this program is really pretty cool. I have the league leaders board, and this board's going to be mostly Warriors, the top totals, because the Warriors have played 29 games. The other teams have played 1, 2, or 3 games. So, but anyway, you can see Rick Barry's already gobbled up 915 points on the year. You can see his scoring average. I can click on Rick, and it will highlight the other places where Rick Barry's significant in the leaders, and see a lot of those other guys in the average leaders, they played just 1 or 2 games. So there's why, John Drew averaging 19.5. I think he must have had like a 22 rebound game or something. But either way, there's Barry leading the league in scoring at 31.6. I've only played McAdoo twice, and Big Mac, who averaged almost 35 a game, is only at 26 a game. So that means the next time I face him, he's probably going to go off for 50 or something like that. But anyway, this is where it all gets kind of fun. And I also have steals and turnovers, assists, effective field goal percentage, attempts per game. And the per game stats are pretty darn cool. Personal fouls per game. Yeah, Matthew must have fouled out of one of those games. But you can see I'm playing Barry 44.5 minutes a game. He probably played closer to 40. But it's still pretty cool when you put it all together. Single game leaders, you can see these are the top scoring notes for Rick. And I think I even had Mike do the minutes played, most minutes played in a game. I wanted to do, what was I looking for? I was looking for disqualifications. That was going to be here's totals. Maybe it's under totals here. I've got my technical fouls. I was having trouble entering a few of those for coaches and things, but now that I'm doing each game at a time, I can get up to speed and do my technical fouls. You can see disqualifications fouled out. Clifford Ray leading the way with 7 disqualifications in 29 games. So I don't even think he fouled out that much during the year, but I kind of go the extra distance because I got George Johnson as the backup. But anyhow, we're going to play the first quarter of this game, and then I'll probably catch the game later on and see if my Warriors can do the job. I'll be using the PurpleWolf score sheet, of course, and you got to get the event logger out, and there we go. And so I can move this over so I can kind of see my scores. You kind of got to maneuver it just a little bit. I think Mike's got his own method, and I've got my own method. But I haven't used this score sheet in quite a while, except for manually entering stuff. So let's do that. Get over there. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. There we go. I can see some team fouls. I can see the player names and all that jazz. And this is where I'll enter the stuff. So either way, the only injured player for the Warriors is Bill Bridges. He only played 32 games. And he probably shouldn't have a little asterisk to roll for him because he was kind of acquired late in the year. He wasn't injured per se with the Warriors. He was cut by the Lakers, I believe. So anyhow, 0-0. Game 2, Warriors. Game 2 of the season for the Warriors against Cleveland at home for Golden State. Let's go. Jump ball is a +2 and a +1. Jim Mickey's fast break. I'll try to describe it a little bit as we move along. You add a die to each one. So here comes, it's a 2 + 1 is 3. And the Warriors are automatically going to get this because any tie goes to the home team. That's 4 + 2 is 6. Ray gets the ball. And there's a jump ball at the end of each period. So I don't have to remember who has the ball at the end of the period, who gets the ball at the start of the second, third, and fourth quarters. Playmaker, I've moved the triggerman over here. So here come the Warriors. Streaky Charles Johnson. I don't think he's shooting much more than 38%. He hit about 41%. But he's the playmaker whenever he's, first half of the quarter. These are actually broken down. You can see for the Cavaliers, it's a number basis. Whoever's in the game with the highest number is the playmaker, because the playmaker serves not just playmaking cards, but also a dual purpose as kind of a ball control guy. So either way, I'm going to move the placards from the envelopes, and we're going to get going here. Charlie Johnson gets the first shot of the game. My first game of the Warriors of 75 in 30 years, probably. I might have played it once here and there, but this is definitely, maybe I did once for honoring Jim Mickey. I might have played a little bit of Golden State and of 75. But either way, CJ, that's a 7 and that's a miss. So let's see if I can remember how to miss a shot on the tracker. So we got a miss. Charles Johnson. Miss. This is going to take a little while for me. I have not used this for a while. Let's see who gets the rebound. So you move the clock. You have to have a clock because you move the clock only on possession plays and not rebounds. Loose ball foul, probably on Golden State, and that's a 10. And that's going to be on Clifford Ray. So we're going to have Let's see, I'll just log that in, and I'm going to put a foul for defensive foul on. Just verifying I got my shot in good. Defensive foul. Oh, I got to select the player. Ray. Defensive foul, logging in. All right. So Cleveland starts off with their first possession, and it's Jim Brewer. He had a really pretty good year in 75, about 8 points a game, close to 10 rebounds, I think. And he's going to miss. That's his P column. I rolled a 4. There's a blank spot, so Brewer's going to miss the shot. And the rebound's going to the defensive guard. Who is that? It's going to be Butch Beard. And we'll log that in. Here comes, it's a fast break opportunity left lane. So the Warriors have kind of a mediocre left and right lane, even though they were one of the top scoring teams. Forward defenders card, Barry over Bingo. Defensive card. That's a 9. That's a defensive center. Goes up on Jones. It's a 9 pass. So Barry was unable to score. Goes to Beard, P column, pattern play. That's a 7, no good. So we're going to get Butch Beard. Missed 2. Rebound goes to the offensive center, Clifford Ray. So put it on Ray. Offensive rebound. And I can't remember if I can go up and I can move the clock. And I can shoot on his RG column, and it's good. Clifford Ray, rebound basket. And let's see if I can get the... I got the rebound in there, and I think I can give him a basket as well. Offensive putback, Clifford Ray. Yes, and I believe that if I log that in, Clifford Ray gets 2 points and an offensive rebound. Yes, that works very well. So 2-0 Golden State. And we're moving right along. Here comes 11:04. See the press column? If you're running a press, you get to use some green press cards. And they look kind of like this. And you go press column A, and you use press column A. But either way, we're back to Bingo. And that's a 10. And Bingo scores on his P column just like that. Bingo Smith, 2-pointer. And, I could put points in the paint, too. I didn't even think about that. Assist playmaker 1. And Dick Snyder is 1-7, so we'll give him a passive assist right there. And we're all tied at 2 apiece. Game flows pretty darn fast. Triggerman, got to look at the Warriors. And Rick Barry, as long as he's in, he's the triggerman because he had a fantastic scoring year. His best all-around year. Turnover, bad pass for Rick. Got to do that. I have not used this stat tracker for a while. All right. Back to Cleveland. They're going to go to their playmaker, Dickie Snyder. And that's a 3, and that's a turnover offensive foul. So Snyder's going to get clipped with the offensive foul. And log that in. Still 2-2. Warriors come back. Playmaker goes to Charles. Charles with a 5. No good for Charles. Johnson. Whoops, that's my problem there. Charles Johnson missed 2. Apologize for any slowdowns. Rebound. Looks like Charles is going to grab zone rebound. 8-5 over Schneider. He doesn't even have to roll a die. So the offensive rebound event will be Charles Johnson. And Charlie's got a very nice looking RG column. Let's see what he does. There's a 7. He's got it. Charlie Johnson with the putback. And I think, I don't know if I moved the clock or not. I can't remember. But either way, I got to hit that. Putback Charles Johnson. I'm going to go point and paint on that one. Log it in. Warriors lead 4-2. Guard defense. Clemens over Beard, and it's going to be a 6. That's a foul 2. And Beard is going to be fouling. Defensive. Log that in. 2 shots for Clemens. And you can see he misses on 3, 4, and 11. And we have a malfunctioning scoreboard. 3, missed the first. And a 5, he makes the second. And so we got Clemens, Splits the 2. And we log it in. All right. Playmaker, Charlie Johnson getting the ball again. 6, P column, good, Charles Johnson. 6-3, CJ with the 2-pointer. Good. And assist anyone? Small forward, or strong forward 3, yes, Wilkes. Wilkes with an assist on the play. And that makes it 6-3 Golden State. Off to a decent start. Here comes Bingo. Bingo goes up. It's a 6. It's good. Quick 2 for Bingo Smith. All right. Was there an assist on the play? Yes. Snyder with the assist. And we'll log that baby in. So here we go. 6-5. Playmaker. CJ getting the ball a lot in this early going. And that's a 6. It's good. It's the Charles Johnson show, folks. 2-pointer for Charles Johnson. Assist forward 1. That'll be Rick Barry. And it is now 8-5 Golden State. And the Warriors are shooting 57%. Oh, 57%. Cleveland 67%. Here comes Snyder. Good shooter. 6. He's going to pass that ball. Strong forward P column. That's going to be Brewer. Brewer's going to go up. No good on the 7. So log in the Brewer miss. Rebound. Offensive center. I'm moving the clock already. It's going to be Chonesy. Jim Chones over from the ABA. And he's going to go up. And he gets a 7, and that's no good. So I don't know if I can do a miss. Let's see if I can. Nope. Offensive rebound, Chones. And I'll log that in. And I'm going to do a miss for Chones. Thanks for your patience. A missed 2-point field goal. And the rebound is going to go to the tip chart. So we got a tip chart, which is Jim Mickey's invention here. And we'll see what we get. We got a 6. Timeout for injured player. Home team's ball when play resumes. Oh boy. Well, we'll see what happens. Here we go. It's going to decide games or just be nothing. 7. That's pretty innocent right there. Shooter temporarily injured, recovers within 20-second timeout. Warrior ball. I don't know if that's a team rebound to Golden State. Let's give the Warriors a team rebound on that. That's a really good question. Let's see, defensive. Did I do that right? Okay. Whoops. Let's see if I did that right. 1 second. Yep, it worked. Okay. Been a while since I've used the sheets. I'm just verifying. Triggerman, that is Rick Barry. You can see he's all quarter long. Loves the odd numbers on his cards. 7, 9, 11 are always great. And that's a 9. Good, Barry for 2. Fast break. Such a simple game. Assist on the play. It would have been Rick, but not going to happen. So that's it. 10-5, Golden State, 8:52 to go. Triggerman hits Bingo Smith over Barry. That's a 4 on the defensive card, and that's a basket given up by Rick. So Bingo's found the range. 2-point field goal made, no assist. Playmaker 13, that's reserved for the next generation of playmakers. And here comes Butch Beard over Clemens. Very good defender. 7 forces a miss, so Butch is going to miss. The rebound goes to guards battle. Clemens needs more than a 1 because it's home court advantage, and Clemens gets it. Here comes Cleveland. They go to the guard. It's going to be Clemens over Beard. That's a 7. That's a steal. Turnover, Clemens. Let me get Beard steal. Clemens. Turnover. Okay, got that. And I can't remember if I can run a fast break off that or not. I'm just going to log it in for now because I can't remember. Okay. Fast break, middle lane for the Warriors. That's a 6. That's held up. All right. Back to the forward. There's Rick. Rick's going up. That's a 4. No good. Yeah, that's a missed 2-pointer. Rebound goes to the center. It's going to go to Jonesy. And it's going to be a left lane fast break for Cleveland. And that's no outlet pass. They got a really slow fast break. Not many opportunities. Triggerman goes to Bobby Bingo Smith. He's been hot. He scores again. 10-9. Bingo. Shooting the lights out so far. And no assist. Bingo with 8 of the 9 points. 4 for 4. Rick's got to try and stop somebody. He can't just outscore his man, can he? Rick scores! And just as I say that, Rick scores right back. Assist nobody. Log that in, and it's 12-9 Warriors. Ball goes to the point guard playmaker. Dick Snyder, good shooter, 12. Turnover, steal. So we're going to have a steal event. Oops, let me see if I hit CJ first. Get the steal. Turnover, Snyder. And that's a non-fast break one. We just set her up. Center defense goes to Ray. Ray over Jones. That's an 8, no good. Rebound goes to center's battle. Jones needs more than a 1. He gets it. So Jonesy gets the rebound. And, well, just a regular play, not a, it would have been an offensive rebound. Center defense, Jones over Ray. That's an 8. He scores. Jimmy Jones, not to be denied. And assist playmaker for Snyder. It's a 1-point game here in Oakland. Triggerman Barry. Barry over Smith. Average to above average defense. There's a 4. There's a steal. Steal by Bingo. Playing a good game so far. And a turnover for Rick. And that is a fast break opportunity down the middle lane. That's a 9 for Cleveland. Center. Jones. Ambling down the lane. That's an 11. Steal back by Ray. We're getting a lot of turnovers here. Turnover for Jones. No fast break on that one. Goes to the Triggerman. And that's Rick Barry. Barry's going up. Misfires. Rick never saw a shot he didn't like. And that's a missed 2. Rebound. Looks like Brewers got that rebound. And here comes Cleveland. 6:28 in the quarter. Snyder, P column, 9. It's good. Cavaliers take a 1-point lead. Any assist? Nope. But it's 13-12 Cavaliers. 6:16. Rookie Keith Wilkes gets a chance to shoot it, and he gets an 11. It's not good. And let's see. Rebound. Tip chart again. My goodness, 2 tip charts. Let's see what that does. That's a 9. Basket tip in offensive center. So that is going to be Clifford Ray. We're going to give him a offensive rebound and a putback and a point in the paint and a second chance point. Log it in, and it's 14-13 Warriors. Goes to the forward defender's card. Bingo over Barry. That's a 6, no good. Bingo finally misses one. Rebound center, that's Clifford Ray. Ray with the board. And And we got a fast break chance down the left lane. Let's see what happens. That's an 11. No outlet pass. Halfway mark. We'll shuffle the cards. Barry fires away. 4, no good. And a 2-pointer missed. Rebound center, Jim Jones. All right, log that in. And Cleveland has the ball midway through quarter number 1. Alrighty, back to live action here. I went all the way to halftime, and the Golden State Warriors decided to keep scoring 30 points in each of the first 2 periods, and now have a commanding 60-39 lead here at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers of 1975. And it's been an interesting game in a lot of respects. The Warriors, despite leading by 21 points, they've taken only 2 free throws the entire game. They're 2 for 2 from the line. They've taken 57 field goal attempts. Cavaliers have only taken 32 and have only hit 12 and are kind of surviving on 15 of 19 from the free throw line. A very interesting stat there. I didn't realize that. The Warriors here, as I recall, they really weren't a huge foul drawing team, but still, 2 free throws. That's got to be a low for the entire season. They are gunning it. 57 field goal attempts. That's a pace of 114. So this game might be over with the home court advantage built in by Jim Mickey and everything. Leading scorers in the game, Bingo Smith had 8 of the first 9 points for Cleveland. I ended up putting him back in, but he didn't do much more than that. He finished with 10 to lead Cleveland. And the Warriors are led, of course, by Rick Barry, who's just having a pedestrian 10 points. He also has 4 turnovers, but he has compensated with 6 assists and just 2 rebounds. So this is a very interesting, the way this game is played out. I'm finding this Cavs team that went 40 and 42. It doesn't have a lot of depth. I'm missing their star, first draft pick of all time, probably in Austin Carr. And to make the game a little less boring, I'm going to pull out a couple basketball cards of that era, because when I put together some finished reorganizing some of my old basketball cards and buying a few new ones last year, I realized I have the 74 and 75 Topps basketball cards as well. And I'm going to start with 74, and there's some interesting developments with the 74 cards. There's some duplicate players, but as you can see here, I've got here's partially the Bulls, but at the end of the whole Bulls string is the Austin Carr card right there. So there's Austin with the drive, but he is not playing today because he rolled a pregame injury and he missed half the season in 75. But this is just 74. But there's a young Jim Clemens. There's a Dwight Davis, Barry Clemens, who went to Portland, Steve Patterson, the backup center, and the center who played at UCLA when between Alcindor leaving and Walton coming to UCLA. There's your trivia question of the day. Bob Rule, he was gone by 75. Bobby Bingo Smith, and pretty much an original Cav, I recall. Cornell Warner's gone. Len Wilkins, he had a good little run, and I kind of run into the Pistons. The Pistons over up. I organized my basketball cards by team and alphabetical order by team. So that's why I'm in this mode here. I just find it easier to reference them, and it's a lot more cool to see the guys together on the team. There's the good old Pistons and Bob Lanier, and oh yeah, Fred Foster. See, Fred Foster, he's a backup on the Cavaliers, which I haven't had I'm struggling to find a place for him to play because they fell down really fast. And here's the Warriors. There's Jim Barnett, who's gone to the I think Jim Barnett was selected in 3 expansion drafts. Back in the late 60s, I think he was drafted by the Celtics, but I think he was on San Diego Rocket and a Blazer as an expansion guy, and I think he went to New Orleans in the expansion draft. He's a lifer in expansion drafts, which means you're good enough to make the NBA, but you're kind of in a lower tier. There's the great Rick Barry. There's Butch Beard and Joe Ellis, who I believe became an assistant coach with them on the championship team. Clyde Lee, he got sent packing after 74. Jeff Mullins, he had an injury-prone, kind of toward the tail end of his career. And there's Cazzie Russell, a very potent small forward who played with Rick Barry on the starting lineup for a little while. There's Nate Thurman, who got traded off to the Bulls and in the Clifford Ray trade, which worked out better than expected for the Warriors. And there's Ron Williams. Moving on to 1975, and once again I got the Bulls again, but I wanted to show off the Cavs on this page. There's Jim Brewer, averaged about 8 points a game. Good rebounder. There's Austin Carr again. Jimmy Jones, they picked him up off the ABA. I think they probably airbrushed a new jersey on him. And then there's, because this is based on the 73-74 season of cards, 74-75 edition. There's Clemens again, Dwight Davis. Steve Patterson sporting a better mustache this time and hair. And there's Bingo Smith and Dick Snyder. So the Warriors, meanwhile, Rick Barry's got his own version of a mustache. I think he ditched that by 75 as well. And I put this set together last year basically from scratch. I did have the Rick Barry cards, but I was missing a lot of the cards, a lot more than I really thought. But it was fun, a little eBay project. Beard, Johnson, these interesting backgrounds they put on these cards. Yeah, there's Clyde Lee. Once again, Jeffrey Mullins, longtime Warrior. Cazzie Russell, who got sent packing by 75. Yeah, he became a... What did he do? He went over to the Lakers. And there's Nate Thurmond, who got sent packing. It's interesting here. They put Nate Thurmond still on the Warriors in 75. So that must have been a late trade. Oh, yeah, I was going to note that. No, I don't have my last Clifford Ray here because there's Van Leer. But either way, that's an interesting deal. And there's the cards from 74 and 75. Oh, there's Clifford. I found it in my notebook. There's Clifford Ray right there. And his stats look incredibly pedestrian, but what a contributor to the team Clifford Ray was from, about 75 through 81. Then he became an assistant coach. So either way, let's play some ball. We got a jump ball for each side. And a +1 for Jones, a +2 for Ray. We jump ball every quarter. And that's a 2 + 1 is 3. And a 2 + 1 is 3. Home court advantage goes to Golden State. And the game moves on. Here's the forward. Here's Rick Barry. Barry's a pretty good player. 30.6 a game. My favorite player of all time. Not necessarily my favorite person of all time. I don't have Barry goggles on necessarily because he kind of was at odds with players, coaches, spouses, everything throughout his life. Well, not a perfect life. I'm glad he's still around. Missed by Barry. Missed 2-point field goal. See, I'll say something a regular announcer wouldn't say. He's not liked by everybody. Rebound, offensive center. Yes, Ray with the offensive rebound. So there's Ray. And Ray is going to go up, move clock. And that's a 7. He's going to pass it around. Warriors, they can pretty much pass it around the rest of the game. Cavaliers just having trouble throwing the ball in the ocean. Wilkes over Brewer's card. 5. That's a block by Brewer. All right, let's see. Oh, so it's Brewer. That's at least his second block. Let's see, block. And a missed shot by Wilksey. Okay, a rebound. We rolled I got a little block shots chart that came out a few years later, but I still like to use it. It's right here. It's just very simple. You can start fast breaks off of it. So I roll 1 for the defensive rebound. That's a 4. And if they win, it's ball knocked out of bounds to the defense team rebound. Yep, it is. All right, Cavaliers get the ball. Goes the strong forward, Brew. 10, he can't hit. He can't buy a bucket today. Brewer, he's not known for his offense, but missed 2-pointer, rebounded by. Strong forwards battle, and Wilkes needs at least a 2 to tie and get better. Yep, Keith gets the rebound. Fast break chance, left lane. Sure you can see that. And the Warriors left lane, pretty crowded with no outlet passes. Here's a 7. Playmaker RG Charles Johnson all the way. 3. Scores fouled. Charlie Johnson. And 1. And the foul is a question mark. And in fast break, there's a little chart, the 2 through 12 thing. There's no center there, but if it's the same player that was on defense and it goes to the center. The 8 is a guard, so I kind of memorized that over time. And the defensive fouls will be on Clemens. Okay. And we're going to have 1 free throw for Charles Johnson, who's having a solid game. He's now 4 for 7 from the field. Well, he'll be 5 for 8. 1 free throw for CJ. It's good. So I think I can put another click right there. 1 free throw made, no assists. That's fine. Log it in, and it's 63-39 Warriors. Updating you on Charles, 5 for 8, 1 for 1. He's only played about 10 minutes, and so he now leads the team in scoring. Forward defenders card. Smith over Barry, that's a 5. That's no good. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Miss by Smith. Okay, rebound. Tip chart. Oh my, let's see what happens here. That's a 5. Goaltending, credit shooter with basket. So we'll make that a 2-point made. I sometimes check for the assist. G1, that's going to be Clemens. And it's 63-41. Good break for the Cavs. Here comes the playmaker, Charles Johnson. 6, he scores. Sometimes you're hot. CJ came in not shooting all that well. 2-point field goal. Assist Beard. And that's good. All right, it's 65-41. Guard defense will get some garbage time players in the fourth quarter. Here comes Clemens over Beard. That's an 8. And that's going to be defensive center. Clemens over Ray. 5, and he scores. Clemens drills it. And the assist goes to the strong forward, Jim Brew. And 60, is it 67 or 65? Oh, I've got 65. I don't know what I did there. 65-43. Okay, there we go. Good thing I can verify it with the old stat tracker here. Okay, I hope I did it right. Anyway, Rick Barry over Bingo, and that's a 7. And no good by Rick. Missed 2-point field goal. Rebound. Defensive strong forward Brew. And here come the Cavs. Triggerman. Triggerman third quarter. Jimmy Jones, first 6 minutes, shoots 9. Going to pass the ball. Jones has done very little today. He just hasn't gotten the ball much, even though he's on the Triggerman summary. Here comes Snyder over Johnson. That is a 10. And that's a steal. He's got 2 steals with fast break middle lane on them right there. Turnover. Okay, CJ, steal, turnover, Snyder. All right. And it's fast break right lane. No, middle lane. And it's going to be a 10. And it's guard RG. Butch Beard. 9. He scores. Butch Beard. I can't remember. Did I do that wrong? I just want to make sure I got this right. It was a turnover. Let me do it again. Okay, Snyder with the turnover. And then, no. I did this wrong. Totally wrong. Steal. I haven't played this sheet in a long time. So CJ, turnover Snyder. I'm going to log that in, and I'm going to put just a basket for Butch. I can't remember how to do, if there's anything on the fast break I can do, and I don't want to mess it up. So we're going to go 2-point field goal made. Log that in. All right, 67-43. Ball goes to the point guard. It's Dick Snyder. Here we go, 11. Thanks for your patience. Assist by Snyder. Auto assist. Gotta like that. Maybe Cleveland will start hitting this half. And the basket's going to go to 8 is the guard. That's Clemens. Clemens gets 2. And 45-67. Here comes the forward. Game moves pretty briskly. Here's Barry. 7. Downs it. Rick with 2 points. Gives him 12. assisted by Clifford Ray. And back up to a 24-point lead. Trigger in. Jones, 10, no good. Jones missed 2-point field goal. What is he? He's only like 2 for 5. I mean, it's ridiculous how little he's getting the ball. He's one of their top scorers. Rebound. Wilkes can get this with a 2 or more. Yes. Same rebound battle as before. And fast break chance left lane. That's a 6. No outlet pass. Guard. Butchbeard scores! Warriors continue to gun away. Warriors 2-pointer. No assist. But it is now 71-45. The Warriors hitting 53% from the floor. And 3 for 3 from the line. It's like they're not even going to the line. They're just gunning. Snyder, who has 4 of the team's 5 fouls. That's the funny thing. They have 5 fouls total as a team or whatever at halftime. Now they've got 6, but Snyder misses. He's got 4 fouls. Miss shot. Snyder. Rebound's going to go to the center. Cliff Ray with an opportunity to run the fast break. Right lane. Here comes Golden State. 6. No outlet. It doesn't matter. They're still taking a lot of shots per minute played. Here comes Keith Wilkes. Keith goes up with the shot. Good. Keith Wilkes. Jamal Wilkes. Well, returning back for quarter number 4. 6 minutes to go. 5:40 on the clock, actually. And the Warriors are still up by a whole bunch of points. It's 109-80. So I'm going to be going for an individual goal here. I was checking to see through 29 different games. And this is the glorious part about Mike's PurpleWolf basketball spreadsheet. Has Rick Barry scored 20 or more points in every single game this year? And I looked it up, and it shows that he has a low point of 19 points. So I've only played him 30 minutes this game. I figured, you know what, this game is not riding on anything. So my personal little game will be to see if Rick Barry can get another 5 points in this game to hit the 20 mark, or at least 19. So anyway, you do these little goals. I've got all reserves in the game. Well, I guess Clifford Ray. I've got 2 starters in the game, but George Johnson's over his minutes played per game. I only have 2 centers here, unless Bill Ridges can play in an emergency, but he's hurt. And with Cleveland, I've got all reserves except for Bobby Bingo Smith. So it'll be the Bingo and Barry show for a little bit here. I'll see if I take him out. If he gets 5 quick points, maybe I'll just take him right out and throw some schmo back in for the Warriors, who are hitting about 50% from the floor. Cleveland's improved their shooting. Our defense, our Warrior defense got a little bit worse this half, partially because I put in a lot of reserves. It's just been a blowout. So anyway, they're strong forward. And the Cavs have the ball. They're going to go right to Dwight Davis, who's played the whole quarter. Jim Brewer just can't shoot. He's 0 for 7. And Dwight draws the foul. So I've got to get back into my score sheet and get my event logger back in. Otherwise, I can't score this at all. Okay, so we got that right there. And I like to move it over just so I can read that. And here's the glorious floating scoreboard. I love that thing. It tells you when the bonus is in play, and that helps me a lot too. So Dwight Davis has been fouled, so that's a foul event for Davis. Free throws to be determined. And we can determine the foul is going to be on the forward. That's going to be on Barry. So Barry comes in, gets the foul. Davis's free throws go good. He makes it 6-11. And he's got them both, actually. So that's 2 free throws made. And I can log that in. And it's 109-82. And that's all. Okay. Ball goes into Ray. Ray goes up 7. He's going to dish the ball outside to the guard. That's Dudley. Dudley's got to get a shot off. 7, no good. Chris Dudley playing a few more minutes than typical, but I rarely play this guy. I love Chris Dudley. Always a good rebounding little guard. High rebounds per minute played, though, for a guard. He's got 9s on defensive rebounding, 8 on offensive rebounding. And the rebound to this miss is going to go to the center, Clifford Ray, as the Warriors continue to dominate the board. They're winning right now. Let's just say 54 to 29, and they've got 25 offensive rebounds to 5. You're not going to win a lot of games if you're grabbing all the offensive rebounds, if your opponent's grabbing all the offensive rebounds. Here's Mullins over Foster, 9, and there's a foul event as well. So Mullins, Jeffrey Mullins, should be in the Warrior Hall of Fame. Is going to have a free throw event. Foster's the fouler. Where's Foster? There he is. I actually put him in the wrong spot. That's okay. And so for the quarter, I think that's 3 team fouls. The problem with the floating scoreboard is you can't see that number until after you've logged it in. So I've got to say 2 plus 1 is 3. And I'm sure Mike's got reasons for that as well. And the free throws coming to Mullins. Always been a solid free throw shooter. Good. 2 free throws are made. So I can log that in. And Foster's got 4 fouls. 111 for Golden State. Playmaker's going to be Foster. 7, it's good. Fred Foster in there for offense. And that's a 2-point field goal made. No assist. And 111-84. Let's see if we get the ball to Barry a couple times. Nope. Jeffrey Mullins. 8, no good. Missed. He's out of Duke. Missed 2-pointer. Rebound, Derek Dickey. A very solid backup forward. And he's going to have an open shot underneath. Can he make it? 9. Good, Dickey. So put in a 2-point put back. Point in paint. Second chance point. Log it in. 113-84. Ball goes to the forward. Bingo. 10. He hits. Bingo, Smith. 2-pointer. Assist, nobody. Log that in. 113-86. Now the Warriors have got 20 points in this quarter. They've scored 30 in every quarter. And when they really slowed down at the end of the third when I put all those reserves in, we'll see if they can pop in 10 more points to have 30 in every period of the game. Playmaker, Mullins. Mully with the drive. 70 scores. They're starting to shoot well again. Assist, Dudley. So it's 115-86. And Barry's not touching the ball. They decide to ignore him. Here comes Davis. Davis with a 10, charging. Davis, I think that's the 3rd time he's got an offensive foul. I've had this happen in various games. It's like you get an offensive foul streak. It's like you're plowing in there a little too fast. Barry over Bingo. What do we got? We got Nate. He's going to pass. Strong forward defense. Got to shoot it. Derek Dickey 4. He scores! Dickey. 2-point made for the Warriors, assisted by Jeffrey Mullins. And it's 117-86. Warriors have 24 in the quarter. They're starting to score. It was a real slow start this period. They've caught up. Defensive center Dwight Davis over Ray. That's a 5. It's good. Dwight Davis just has more offense than Brewer, so I'm just going to resist on Brewer for now. Walker with the assist. It's 117-88. Cleveland is up to 51% from the field. 33 for 65. And they're up 50.8 to 50.5 for the Warriors, which I never thought would happen. They were shooting so terribly. The Warriors were 52 for 103 because they keep getting second chance points and second chance shots. And Mullins goes up 9, another foul event. Foster is just a foul machine. So we'll go Mullins. Free throw event. Foster on the foul. Excuse me, I just talked to myself with this event logger here. It's going to be 2 shots for Jeff, and he makes the first. And makes them both. He's generally been one of the best free throw shooters around during the 70s. How do I make the free throws? Oh, free throws made 2. And 119, correct. All right, 119. They got 26-20 lead in the quarter in points. Jeffrey Mullins. Let's see. What's the story with him? Mullins. He's got 14. We got 11 for Smith, 8 for Dudley, 16 for Derek Dickey, and 9 boards in limited minutes. Charles Johnson, 15. Beard, 15. Ray with 8. He can get another double-digit guy if you want to pump that up 2 more points. Wilkes is 14. Barry, 15. Center defense. Luke over Ray. It's a 7. And it's no good by Luke. Luke doesn't play much, but this is just one of those games. It's a throwaway for the Cavs. Rebound. Guards battle, and Dudley with an 8-7 advantage. Claws that one. That guy's barely 6 feet. Ball goes to Barry. Stuck on 15 points. Worst game of the year. 7, no good. I should probably take him out. Missed 2-pointer. Rebound playmaker. Mullins grabs it easily. The Warriors have got good rebounding guards. I forgot about that. Haven't played this replay in a long time. Back to Mullins. And that's a 6. Count it. 121. And assist guard 5. Dud. And it's now 121-88. This game is getting ridiculous. Forward bingo. 5, no good. It's been ridiculous for a while. Here we go. Missed 2-pointer. If you're still here watching, that's incredible. Rebound. Oh, he couldn't get it. Barry snags it. It was a 7-9. He needed a 3 or better, and Barry, the 1 does not feed the Bulldog. Barry will claw the rebound down. He would have had a shot at a putback, but Barry gets it over Smith. No good again. Smith has played good defense on Barry. That's something they can take away from this game. Barry will probably not get 20. Rebound. Never say never, though. A 6-6. Mullins just claws another board. Do you claw rebounds? I don't know. It's that time of the game. Mullins is really working. He wants to be the old all-star Mullins. Scores again! Got a really good roll here with the 6s and 7s. And no assist. Warriors 123. Cavaliers 88 of all things. Strong forward defense. Dickey forces the miss on Davis. Rebound. Centers battle. And Ray's got it automatically. Of course they do. Save that. The rebounds are 60-29, including team rebounds. They've doubled their rebounds. Fast break left lane. Who's got it? 8. Strong forward RG. Derek Dickey with a solid RG column there. 5. No, he missed. Put the whammy on him. Missed 2-point field goal. Rebound. Guards battle, and hey, look at that. Dudley's a better offensive rebounder. Log that in. I can't believe the 61 rebounds to 29. Barry has not scored on Smith's defensive card all game long. 8. He's just going to pass. That was a bad move to put Barry back in, apparently. Guard defense. Got to shoot it. 8. Over Luke. It's a 6, and it's a foul on Luke White. So that'll be Dudley, fouled by White. And White gets the foul. Is it White? W-I-T-T-E. Is it bonus? Warriors are in the bonus. 3 to make 2. 10, no. 9, no. Don't get the whammy. Oh, he missed all 3. That's why you keep watching this game. Oh, for 3 from the line. Rebound event. Power forward. Davis clears. He's like, I'll take that rebound stat. Holy cow. My goodness. Dudley, what's the deal? Playmaker. And that would have, they got their 30 points already, so no big deal on the points per the quarter. Missed by Fred Foster. Rebound, loose ball foul. Warriors might be going to the line here. It's a 7. Offensive center, Luke with the foul. No, not that. Oops. I'm going to have to log that in and give Luke a loose ball foul. Okay. Ray's going to get a chance to get into double digits, but the way it's a two-shotter, though. 10. No. The Warriors are hurting their free throw percentage right now. He makes the second. Ray splits them. $124.88. Playing out the string. Here's Foster. Fires 4. Nope. Fred Foster. Look at that alliteration. Missed two-pointer. Rebound's going to go. Foster's 4 for 9 now. Rebound, Dickey. Hands the ball off to Barry, who can't seem to figure out Bingo Smith's defensive card. 10, it's good! Barry scores. All right, I'm happy now. That gives Barry a two-pointer made and an assist to Dudley. Log it in. Barry now with 17 points. Still his season low. Here comes Bingo on the other side. 126. Sorry, I didn't get the score up. I'm losing track. Miss by Bingo. They've taken over 70 shots now at least. Rebounded by Cliff Ray. He gets a die in his hand, so the Warriors are grabbing everything. Oh, shoot. I messed this up. I got to redo it. Bingo. It's getting late. Miss. Rebound. Ray. There we go. Warriors have taken 109 shots. They're at 50.5 from the floor. Barry's going to try Bingo's card one more time because he loves it. It's a 3, and Barry's blocked by Bingo. Oh, let's just do an event here. Bingo. Block. Barry with the miss. Rebound. Tip chart, though. There's hope. Oh, the rebound's a tip chart on a blocked shot. How does that work? That's a 9. Rebound is going to be offensive center, and he's going to make the shot. Let's see what happens here. So, Ray, offensive rebound, and a putback, two-pointer. Second chance points in the paint. Log it in. Oh. Point categories can only be applied to a scoring event. Operation aborted. Okay. Offensive. I missed a two-pointer. I grabbed the rebound with the putback. And I think I've screwed something up. Let's try this one more time. Oh, it shows Bingo Smith with the block event. So all we got to do is change this to Rick Barry. Rick Barry misses a two-pointer. Ray rebounds. Ray puts the two-pointer back. Second chance points in the paint. We'll log that in, and then... Oh. I'm just going to give Bingo Smith a random block. Because I've already missed the shot for Barry. Oh. No opponent identified for missed field goal on block shot. Well, that's great. So I had a block shot, grabbed a rebound, and the event logger is giving me this little trouble down here. So I'm going to have to figure that down the stretch. I'll work that in post-op here. And either way, Cavaliers ball. Let's finish this game off. It's got to give a block to Bingo Smith without giving a miss to Barry. Whatever. Center, Luke, 5. Foul. It's on Ray. So it's a free throw event. But either way, let's just do a simpleton. I'm going to give Ray a foul here. Just going to call it Ray defensive foul. And we'll give Luke a couple free throws. Doing it the old school way. Makes the first, and 9 makes them both white. 2 free throws. Makes them both. Log that in. And we're at 128 to 90. We got 8 seconds left. A little bit of confusion down the stretch here. Mullins, one more try, 3, and he charges. So Barry will finish with 17 points. And log that in. He's got 4 fouls. At the horn, Dwight Davis with the shot. 7, it's no good. Missed 2-pointer. We'll log that in, and we're going to call that the game. Final score, Golden State Warriors 128, Cavaliers 90. Okay, if you're still around, we got the extended post-game show here, and it shows off a little bit of Mike's PurpleWolf basketball spreadsheet. And what I have here is they did a final calculation on the stats. Instead of 128 to 90, they calculated 130 to 90, and I was skeptical about it at first, but then I went through the box score very carefully, and there's this little mice type down here in the scoreboard, adding up the 2s and 1s, and I can't not justify every single point that's scored. And I manually kept the score on the side with my little old school phone there, and it's like, so I guess we did have 130 to 90, a nice round 40-point win, actually, for Golden State, who finished exactly 50% from the floor. They had 8 players in double digits. I was also going to show off this little PurpleWolf navigator, which all you got to do is hit this PurpleWolf big blob here. That's all I can think of at the moment because I've played a long game. I'm as tired as the players, basically. So you can maneuver around here, and you got the main, which shows you there's a box score here. Let's take a good look at the box score, and I calculated it early. I put my own little after game commentary. 8 players scoring double figures for the Warriors, led by Mullins and Barry. Warriors shoot just 2 free throws in the first half, but out-rebound hapless Cavs 64-30. And that was part of my old sports writing career. You always have to have a name for the team that gets blown out, and they're the hapless Cavs. This is the shooting, 56 for 112. Really nicely done. I mean, this is really fun. I mean, you can change the color of it to green or whatever you like. You can snip this and put it on a post on tabletop basketball board games, whatever you like to do. But I like the yellow for this one for some reason. And you got a score sheet. This is the score sheet we were just on. I already logged it, validated in. The schedule, I'm showing you the official now. We've got all 30 games in. I had to finally play game 2. So after not having that second game in there, the Warriors' complete 30 games are right there, as I showed earlier. We have, what's bench? Oh, it shows the guys that were injured for the game. I had to bench Carr because he got a pregame injury. There's the schedule. There's the standings. And you can see the Warriors are officially 30 games in, 18-12, just 52 games to go. And they score 112 points per game, 107.2 given up. I don't think I've updated all the stats for the players and the team season stats. So you can go, you hit the little stats tab. There's main, there's the stats. And I like to go to the player season stats. And I can look at the Warriors. Let's see, players, lineup, player name, team ID. So I unselect, I hit the Golden State Warriors. So it's just going to be Warrior players. And I hit OK. And it shows 29 games here. It does not show the full 30. So, but I got to compute all season and team stats. Let's just compute all season stats while we're at it. Show this PurpleWolf stat tracking spreadsheet. There it is. It's done with that already. It's doing the complete leaders. Just show the process. Just show the bouncing around, showing the computer at work. This Excel spreadsheet's kind of cool. And there's a leaders up here I will show as well once this is all calculated. And I can see some 30s already populating the board. So we will definitely take a look at the player game log again. It's taking its own sweet time. And after this, I save it. You know, just save it right there. But they're showing the leaders right here. And I can show you Barry went from 915 points to 932. He will certainly get his 1,000 points, probably 2,000 points for the season if everything goes according to schedule. Yeah, there's the leaders. There's the player game log again. I wanted to do the Warriors again. So if I want to just select a favorite team, and the other teams have obviously not played a full season like this one. So, that's for player game log. Let's see, team game, player season stats. That's what I really wanted to do. This is the one that only had 29 games to begin with. And so let's see, I can go team again. Select the Warriors. Okay. And there you see the season stats updated for 30 full games. And you can see Ray's, 30 games, Dickey's 30 games. CJ missed 1. Beard and Barry, they're all up there, but you can see Barry's minutes are at the top. So you go through this and you look around, and you can see that the field goal percentage, Barry's down to .495. He only hit .464 that year, so for him to have an off 8 for 23 game is just fine. I even missed a free throw, but he's still above 91%, and he was right around there anyway. So his stats are coming out pretty good. His steals are coming out well. And if you want to look at averages, this is what people like. The enriched points per game and all that fun stuff. You can see it right here. You can move it all the way over. And you've got effective field goal percentages, which are pretty, let's see who's got the best effective field goal. Butch Beard and George T. Johnson have the best effective field goal percentages. But you can see their per game stats. Barry dropped from 31.6 to 31.1 with that off game. His minutes went down a little bit. I should have probably benched him for that entire fourth quarter of the blowout, but what fun would that be? He's shooting 26 shots a game. He shot over 27 in real life. He's getting 5.8 free throw attempts per game. He only got 2 in this one. Steals are 3.1. He averaged 2.9. Blocks were about a half a block a game. Turnovers are maybe a little high. I'm not positive on that. And that's kind of showing exactly what he's been doing. So, it just shows everybody instantly updated. So, but once again, I like being able to go through the navigator once in a while and just take a look at my box score once again. There it is. It's actually 130 to 90. Cavaliers fall by 40. They got to go. Bill Fitch and company have got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what the heck did we do wrong in this game. Warriors pulled away in the first quarter, pulled away even more in the second quarter, scored over 30 points in all 4 quarters, and won the game. Anyway, signing off from Rod's Tabletop Hoops. Take care.